At the time, I worked for a local nonprofit. And if you know anything about nonprofits, a lot of times they say overwork, underpaid. It's just stressful at times. But while I was working for this particular nonprofit, I first started because my mother would always drag me there in the mornings when I was younger to volunteer, and prepare bags, and hand to the homeless and different stuff like that. And then I grew up in the organization. He eventually said, Jonathan, now you can be the program manager over all our after-school programs. I said, that sounds kind of good. I said, tell me more. He said, well, you'll be over 50 sites. You'll be responsible for over 120 employees, and you'll be delivering over 5,000 meals a month. I said, wait, 120 employees, divided, you got 5,000, 50 sites. But before I could even do the math, I couldn't finish the math, he laid down a piece of paper in front of me. That was the contract. And he was just showing me how much I'd be getting paid. At that point in time, the math didn't matter. I said, you know what? This is more money than I've ever made. I said, okay. I was ready to sign my name twice. I was like, wait a minute, let me just. And then it was a young lady by the name of Miss Chelsea and me, and we began to work together. This was my partner in crime. We're around the same age, we both graduated college, and we're at this nonprofit. And everything was great. I started out, I was making good money. This was the beginning of the school year. Like you all know, like the beginning of the school year, everything's good, your clothes are still new, all that good stuff. So this is the beginning of the school year. We were working at the after-school sites. Everybody was showing up on time. The food was coming on time. Parents were paying on time. Everything worked out perfectly. And then we began to fast forward about halfway through the school year. Then I found myself going in to work at 10 a.m. like I started out. But then 5:30 p.m. turned to 10 p.m. Then I was going in to work at 10 a.m. Then that stretched a little bit later to 12 a.m. And then next thing I know, there would be some nights where I would bring a bag because we had to stay after in order to do what was required, turning in the papers with the meal counts and doing all those various things. I didn't understand the level of sacrifice that was required of me when I initially took on the job because, like I said, I saw the money in us. Direct deposit, we had direct deposit, right? And after he told me that, we were good. But understanding that and then seeing that a sacrifice had to take place. And just as in my story there's a sacrifice, I know the same is for everyone in here. Some people either have made some sacrifices, will have to make some, or you might be in the midst of making some right now. To understand today is sacrifice comes before success. And I say that because us in here today, despite how old we are, some of us know we have some bad habits that it's time to sacrifice.